I want to talk to you about something that a lot of people miss. And here's what they miss. It's the point of watching measurables. It's a point of watching trackables. Now, you'll notice the background around me, there's a lot of snow everywhere. Now, here's a relevant story I'm going to tie back into this measurable thing. A buddy of mine and I went ice fishing a couple years ago, and it was whiteout conditions like heavy fog, light snow, hard to see anything. And I didn't experiment. I left our campsite because I couldn't see anything around me, and I just started to walk what I believed was in a straight line. After not too long, I looked, and I was actually I had done a full circle, by the way, thinking I was walking in a straight line. I had walked a full circle, and it almost ended up back identically to where my footprints were when I started walking. Now, what's the point of this story? We need, in our progress in business, just like our progress in life, markers to aim towards and measurables to know that we're going in the right direction. Now, let's say I had just a marker. So in my head, in this whiteout condition, my marker was this: I'm going to walk in a straight line, but I have no measurables. I've got nothing that I'm measuring to ensure that I'm walking in that line that I want to be walking in. And before I know it, I'm completely off track. Now, this just doesn't happen to walking in snow. This happens to hunters. This happens to anybody who does not know how to track their target and use measurables along the way to ensure they're reaching their target. So what does this have to do with business? Well, that's simple. If you don't know the measurables you should be watching, you're never going to hit your destination. Now, here's an example of that. Let's say I want to hit $1 million in revenue at 15% net profit, but I never look at my financials except for when I get them back from my accountant or when I get them to my bookkeeper if I get the report 6 months after. I need to literally be watching my numbers bi-weekly, worst case monthly, to know that I'm on track for my target and I can make corrections as I go. So what are some corrections? Holy crap, we overextended our expenses this month. Let's pull back the next month and make sure that we're in line with where we want to spend on our expenses. Oh my goodness, my margins need to be improved, but I don't know that unless I'm watching it every single week. So now at the end of week 1, I can start tweaking my margins a little bit to make sure that my margins are in line with where I want them to be. If I'm not doing that, then net profit falls by the wayside. When net profit falls by the wayside, your business ends up struggling. You end up stressed. You end up cash poor. You end up working in the business for less than your employees do, hoping to take home something rather than nothing. And if you're chasing revenue all the time, but you're not actually watching your growth and your measurables, you're going to walk in circles. Year 2 will be the same as year 3. Year 3 will be the same as year 4. Or backwards. Actually, 4 will be the same as 3. 3 will be the same as 2. You're going to be maybe moving, but you're not going to be seeking any progress. So track the measurables. What are some other measurables? Units per transaction. How many units is each client buying from me when they buy from me? Average transaction value. How much are they spending each time they buy from me? How can I get them to buy more and spend more every time they come in? Another trackable. Where are my clients coming from? And don't just say, well, word of mouth and referral. Track it. Find out where they're actually coming from. Why would I want to do that? Well, if it's word of mouth and referral, how do I exploit that? How do I make it better, not just let it happen by chance? If it's Google, great. How do I exploit that? How do I make it happen again so it's not just by chance? All that stuff are measurables you can use towards your growth. What about your team? Well, you can be tracking efficiencies with them. You can be setting team targets with them. You can be educating them on why each transaction value matters. You can be educating them on the margins that you have in your products. They know not to downsell or discount. You can be working with them on so many things because you're tracking progress. Everybody's moving forward together and you're not just walking blind and in a circle because in your head you have a target, but you're not measuring where you're going. So use measurables. Plan for your measurables. If you have no idea how to do that, just reach out to me. I'll walk you through it and show you how to identify it for your business. Until next time.